Ephesians chapter 5. So then, you must continually be imitators of Almighty, as His dearly loved children, or ones born of Him. And you must be continually walking in love, just as the Anointed One also loved you, and delivered Himself over for us as an offering and sacrifice to Almighty, that was a fragrant aroma to Him. Yet there must never be even the slightest mention of non-marital sexual intercourse, and any kind of uncleanliness or greediness among you, as is proper for the pure ones. And there must be no shameful and stupid speaking or wisecracks, which are not appropriate, but rather the giving of thanks. For you must be aware of this. You must be knowing that no person who is having non-marital sexual intercourse, no unclean person, and no greedy person, for to be greedy is to be an idol worshiper, has any inheritance in the kingdom of the Anointed One and Almighty. You must stop letting anyone entice you with empty words, for it is because of these things that Almighty's anger is going to come down upon the sons of unpersuadableness. So then, you must stop being fellow receivers of a share with them, for you were once darkness itself, yet now, in union with the Master, you are light itself. You must be continually walking as children, or ones born of light. For the fruit of the light consists of doing all kinds of goodness, rightness or justness, and truthfulness, continually proving what is very pleasing to the Master. Now you must stop being sharers with others in the unfruitful acts of darkness. Instead, you must even be exposing them, for it is shameful even to speak of the hidden things that are occurring among them. Now when anything is being exposed by the light, it is being made apparent. And when anything is being made apparent, it becomes light itself. For this reason it says, "Wake up, you sleepy person, and you must rise up from among the dead, and the Anointed One will shine light upon you." Isaiah 26, verse 19. So then, you must be continually looking out as to how accurately you are walking, not as unwise people, but as wise people, making the most of each occasion, because these days are wicked. For this reason, you must stop being unintelligent. Rather, you must be continually understanding what the Master wants. Now you must stop being drunk with wine, for that means wastefulness. Rather, you must be continually filled with the Spirit, while you are speaking to the others of you, while you are singing and making a melody with your hearts to the Master in musical compositions, songs of praise, and spiritual songs, while you are giving thanks always for everything to our Almighty and Father in the name of our Master, the Anointed One, Jesus. And while you are making yourselves subservient to one another out of deep respect for the Anointed One. Wives, you must continually be subservient to your own husbands, as you are to the Master. For the husband is the head of, or the source of life for, his wife, just as the Anointed One also is the head of, or the source of life for, the group of called ones. He himself is the Savior of the body. Yes, as the group of called ones is subservient to the Anointed One, this is how the wives also are to be to their husbands in everything. Husbands, you must be continually loving your wives, just as the Anointed One also loved the group of called ones, and delivered himself over on its behalf, so that he might purify it, making it clean in the bath of the water by the declaration. Acts 10, verse 48, and 19, verse 5. So that he might present to himself the group of called ones esteemed, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but so that it might be pure and flawless. In the same way, husbands also ought to be continually loving their own wives as their own bodies. Whoever is loving his own wife is loving himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh. Rather, he is nurturing and cherishing it, just as the Anointed One also does the group of called ones, for we are parts of his body. For this reason, a human must leave his father and mother and must join himself to his wife, and the two will be one flesh. Genesis 2, verse 24. There is a great secret in this, yet I say this with reference to the Anointed One and the group of called ones. However, as for each of you individually, each must be continually loving his own wife in the same way that he loves himself, and the wife must see to it that she is continually having deep respect for her husband. Ephesians chapter 6. Children, as persons in union with the Master, you must be continually obeying your parents, for this is just and right. You must be continually honoring your father and mother, Exodus 20, verse 12, which is the first direction with a promise, so that it might be well with you, and you will live a long time on the earth, Exodus 20, verse 12. Now, parents, you must stop causing your children to be angry. Rather, you must be continually nurturing them with the Master's discipline and admonishment. Slaves and employees, you must be continually obeying your masters, and employers, according to the flesh, with deep respect and anxious eagerness, in the singleness of your hearts, as you would obey the Anointed One, not just slaving when they are watching, as pleasers of humans do, but as slaves of the Anointed One, doing what Almighty wants from your sentient beings, or your hearts. You must be continually slaving with agreeable minds, as for the Master, and not for humans, being aware that each person, whether a slave or free person, will retrieve what is coming to him from the Master for whatever good he has done. Now, masters and employers, you must be continually doing the same thing towards them, and must relax the threatening, since you are aware that their master, as well as yours, is in the heavens, and there is no favoritism with him. Finally, you must be continually invigorated through your union with the Master and through his mighty strength. You must put on Almighty's full suit of armor, so that you can stand up to the schemes of the adversary, Satan. For our wrestling isn't against blood and flesh, but against the supreme chiefs, against the authorities, against the mighty world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavens, or Satan and his workers. For this reason, you must take up Almighty's full suit of armor, so that you might be able to stand up against them in the day when wickedness attacks. Ephesians 5, verse 16. And so that you might still be standing when it is all over. So then, you must stand, tightly wrapping truthfulness around your waist as your belt, putting on the doing of whatever is right and just as your breastplate, and putting on your feet the readiness to spread the good message about peace. In addition to all of these, you must take up faith's large shield that will enable you to extinguish all the fiery arrows of the wicked one, or Satan. Also, you must accept the method of salvation from destruction as your helmet, and the Spirit's sword, which is Almighty's declaration or word. You must be continually praying under the guidance of the Spirit at every occasion, by means of every kind of prayer and petition. And you must be continually vigilant in this, with all perseverance and petition for all the pure ones, and for me, so that I might be given the right words when I open my mouth, to make known with boldness the secret of the good message, for which I am a delegate in chains, so that I might speak out about it boldly, as I ought to speak. Now, so that you might be aware of my circumstances, and how I am doing, Tychicus, our dearly loved brother and a faithful servant for the Master, will make everything known to you. I have sent him to you for this very reason, so that you might know about the things that have to do with me, and so that he might be encouraging your hearts. May the brothers and sisters have peace and love with faith, from Almighty the Father and the Master Jesus, the Anointed One. May favor be with all those who are continually loving our Master Jesus, the Anointed One, with a love that is never decaying.